Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be making a rubber ducky Valentine's Day mailbox for the kids' classroom party. I love the way this little duck turned out, and about 99% of the supplies can be found at the Dollar Tree, possibly all of them if you can find paint. So the first thing you're going to need are the supplies. We're going to need a pair of scissors. You're also going to need one of these wooden Valentine hearts, or you can use foam board or construction paper. These are going to be the wings for the side of the duck. You're going to need one of these plastic storage containers, a hot glue gun, one of these duck loofahs over in the little baby section, some paint with a paintbrush, some of the googly eyes, and one of these yellow tablecloths. I also used a couple yellow streamers from a birthday bow. You're also going to need some tape, some orange paint or construction paper. And so step one, we're going to take the heart and draw a line down the center of that. Doesn't matter which heart you use, the foam board or the wood, and we're going to paint both sides of that yellow. Set that aside to dry. And step two, we're going to cut the top of the mailbox. So there's already like a soft spot in the storage container, so I chose to use that to cut my opening for the mailbox slot. You can use scissors or a razor blade. So step three, make sure you save that top. Also, you're going to use that for the beak. So step three here, we're going to slide this duck loofah over the lid of the storage container with the front facing outwards and the back facing where the lid screws on, and we're going to cut open the back here so the lid will screw back on. And you're going to keep this extra material, or you can just use the yellow paint to paint the rest of the lid, because a little bit of the blue will show through. So I'm just pulling it on here to see how it fits. You want to make sure you pull the loofah down as far as possible so that it stays on fairly well. And then I'm just seeing how it fits here with the lid, and then I'm going to use my hot glue gun and some E6000 glue to put the loofah on the lid. So I went ahead and screwed this to the container, put my glue all the way around it, and then slid the loofah over the lid into place. Now make sure that the head is at the top, and so when you set the container up on its side, that the mailbox slot is still at the top as well as the head. So pay attention to that fine detail, or else you might have the head on the side and the mailbox lid on the top, and that could be a mess. So then I just used this extra material here to piece together the bottom, and I just matched up the edges. I used the hot glue and the E6000 glue to just piece this together. I liked it better with the material all over the top of it, and I think it pieced together just fine. You can also use yellow paint. It's up to you. So step four here, what we're going to do is we're going to use our glue to glue the feathers from the heart here that we made onto the side. Now it does help if you have somebody to help hold it up into place for a minute while you put these in place, or you can just use a book or something to help hold it steady. So I just glued these to the side. I did use E6000 glue to help hold it in place long term because it is a kid using it, so be mindful of that. So step five, we're going to make the feathers. I'm using a tablecloth. We're going to make streamers out of these. I've showed a video how to make these before, but I'll show you guys again. So we just unfold the tablecloth, but leave it kind of all folded up in layers, and then you're going to cut strips out of those about 2 inches wide, and then just pull the edges. And don't pull too hard, you will rip the little ends off. And then when you're done, you have this nice curly streamer here, and then you want to unfold the layers. So you want these about 3 feet long. And then step six, we're going to curl these up to make the feathers for the duck. So all I do is I loosely fold these around 3 fingers. You could use 4, it depends on how big you want them. Doesn't really matter, it's your preference. So you want to roll these up loosely because you want to make sure you can still see the ruffles. If you do it too tight, then you're not going to see the ruffles and it's not going to look like feathers. So once you have it all rolled up, you can use tape or a stapler. It doesn't really matter. I choose to use tape here. So you're just going to grab this all up at the bottom and create almost like a stem, and then just wrap the tape around it to create a stem that's going to hold this all together so that we can attach these to the duck. So all in all, I made about 15 of these, and I made 6 smaller ones for the front of the duck, and you'll see why here in just a second. And they attach really easily with some hot glue. And so now let's move on to step 7. So now that we have the wings on the side and the head on, we're going to go ahead and attach the feathers. So we're just filling in all these spaces between the container and the wooden feathers that we put on the side. And you're also going to want to make some smaller ones to tuck into the front where those spaces are visible, and we're just filling in all these spaces so that we can have feathers all the way around our little duck. Now be mindful when you're putting the feathers on that you leave space at the top for the mailbox lid, and then you're just going to go ahead and put your feathers all around the back. Paint your little plastic piece that you cut out earlier orange and cut the sides, glue that on for a beak, or you could use construction paper or foam board. Glue on the googly eyes, these little streamers, those were for the side, just to make them look like they had more feathers. And this is the little guy all completed. It was really easy to make. It's super cute. It only cost me a few dollars. I absolutely love him. I think he turned out really cute, and it just kind of came to me. I was walking through and I was like, oh, I want to make like little animals this year. And so I saw the little animal loofahs and I thought this little duck would absolutely be adorable. I hope you guys love him as much as I do. I made a few more Valentine's Day box ideas that are going to be uploaded today as well. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and go ahead and check out those other videos that you might also enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a very great, blessed day.